We were living in Riverdale at the time, and people reached out to us from Chicago, people who we knew. And once I spoke with a few members of the search committee, we were surprised because it wasn't something that we were thinking about. But the more we got to know about the community and about the school, the more we thought it was going to be a really good fit for us.
I felt like it was such a great opportunity for Menachem professionally. So I was like, okay, let's see what this is about. Let him go, let him check it out and see.
Get it out of his system.
Exactly, pretty much. And then I remember the people being so friendly. I remember Margot showing us around and her just being so warm and friendly, and the school just being so alive.
It was a little bit of an adventure. We didn't know how long the adventure was going to be for, but we thought, let's try this for a few years. And here we are. It's hard to believe it's been so many years. So when we first started, the school was, like I said, a great school, but what we were trying to do was kind of catapult it into the digital age. It involved a lot of education, a lot of professional development, a lot of getting people on board, and really changing the way our classrooms are set up, changing the kinds of curriculum. And on the one hand, it's still the same Hillel Torah, it's still the same kind of values, the same warmth, the same things that the schools always stood for. And at the same time, it's a completely different school in terms of the kind of learning that's going on.
Our kids' time at Hillel Torah was amazing. They each got such an amazing foundation. Whether they'll admit it or not, I think they loved having Menachem there. We
were very aware of the fact that, being the principal's kids was going to be a challenge. And I think for the most part, it worked out. It worked out that way. I definitely remember going into a classroom with one of my kids when they were like in 7th grade maybe, as I would just normally go into a class to observe. And I remember getting a look from my daughter, like, what are you doing here? Like, I need you out of my life right now, So there definitely were moments, but overall it was really a privilege to be able to be in the school with them, have them barge into a meeting. There were definitely a lot of funny moments, and it was really special.
As the head of the search committee at the time, my job was to convince the candidates, in this case Rabbi Linzer, why this was a great opportunity. And I still remember to this day actually picking him up at the airport. We went to Skokie Valley, walked into one of the classrooms, and just the joy of being in the school. I thought to myself, we got the right guy.
He was a true leader, and speaking to some of the people out of New York, they only had great things to talk about him. I saw it when I met him, and we were so excited to bring him to Hillel Torah.
I noticed that he spent his first year learning. He didn't come in with intention to revolutionize the school right away. He really took his time to learn, to observe, to understand. But by the end of the first year, you could already see that he's got unusual and extraordinary leadership powers.
There was never that ego with Rabbi Linzer. There was always just, I want to do what's best for the school. And if you can work with me, let's do it together as a team.
Linzer is constantly learning and adapting and trying new things and hearing feedback, and it creates a culture in this school of everybody working together, understanding that we can all impact on so many fronts at so many different levels.
I've had the advantage of walking around the building with him and seeing him walk into a classroom and be so excited by what the kids were learning. But what is really amazing is to see how excited the kids are to see him.
We call him a celebrity because he comes every Friday and he does singing with all of the preschoolers. So he comes and does a sing-along and he reviews the Parsha with them. But it's like a big deal when he shows up with his guitar.
And he'd sit there with the guitar and get all the kids excited for Shabbos. It was, to me as a parent, so unique that a head of school really thought that it was important that he spend his time with the littlest kids in the school so that they had a better experience in their day. Rabbi Linzer was able to put his imprint on the school very quickly, and for that he deserves a tremendous amount of credit.
I learn something every time I speak to him. I learn something new about the school, about either what he's bringing to the table, about what he needs, and it's truly a remarkable thing that he's able to do with the resources that we have to educate our kids.
We've seen creativity, we've seen ingenuity, we've seen programming that just didn't exist before, and his hand is definitely involved in all of it.
As a board member, when I hear Rabbi Linzer speak or provide information about test scores or metrics of student-parent satisfaction or engagement, to me it's completely different, and it's changing and improving all the time.
The Linzers are just this special, unique couple. They both wear so many hats in the community and they transition seamlessly.
Yin yang, no, is that the word? He is the quiet to her loud. I don't know, they're always on the same page with everything.
She supports him in all his things that he does, but yet he doesn't lose sight of who she is and lets her be her own person as well.
It's a special opportunity to have a friendship with Devora. And I know you value it, and I know everyone in the community values it. She's somebody who really supports her friends.
She has so much energy, and she really lights up a room. Even if she might not feel that way, she just gives off that energy, and it just makes everyone around her happy and feel good.
They are who they are.
Right.
And I think that's what also makes their friendship so much valuable to everyone, because everyone feels safe around them.
When I tell my kids that I want to invite company for Shabbos, and I say, oh, how about the Linzers? Everybody always was jumping up and down because they always were so excited to have the whole Linzer family at the table.
He and Devora are really good at building relationships, and I think they fostered that in their own kids as well.
Their kids are a direct combination of the two of them. They're fun, helpful, and community-oriented.
I love my family. Whenever we're together, we always have a good time.
We just talk a lot and hang out, play games. My parents try to listen to whatever we have to say. Obviously sometimes more than others, but it's nice to see how they could both still work a lot but still be with us all the time.
My dad is really caring and hardworking, and he always takes everyone's emotions into consideration. My mom, I think I admire her humor a lot. She uses her humor to try to get to know everyone in the room and make everyone feel welcome.
They totally work together very well. My dad would always come home and feed off of her with ideas of things he wanted to incorporate into the school, so I think that helped him a lot by having my mom by his side.
They're very selfless people. They are always looking out for others, very caring, always very thoughtful. I'm definitely proud of my parents.
There was one point, it may have been during the pandemic, where things were really tough. And I guess I was venting about something, and Devora says, why do you do this? You don't have to do this, you could do something else. And I thought about it for a second. I said, you know what? I don't know. I can't imagine doing anything else. I just love it.
I'm gonna cry. He's a master educator. Wherever we were, he puts his heart and soul into everything. What I've seen behind the scenes is a lot of stress and a lot of,
what are you talking about?
Oh my God. But it's all because he loves it so much.
So much of what I do, I'm more maybe on the public face of it, but I get so much support and confidence from Devora, and it's really true. I mean, the decision to come out here was a joint decision, it was a family decision, and I would say every step of the way, everything we do, we're basically doing together. I've been fortunate to work with a number of incredible board presidents and board leaders, a number of incredible administrative colleagues, talented and dedicated faculty. Probably my closest partner in the school has been Dov Shandalov. He's been a trusted partner, and really most of all is the students. The kids at Hillel Torah are just the best. They're excited. Their eyes light up. They're curious. So it's been really a real privilege to be able to see that.
The community has been amazing, and they were so welcoming when we first came.
A person can't do this kind of job well and stay sane without that kind of support, truthfully. And I felt it, as I said, on the board leadership and many of the parents just offering tremendous care and support. And those relationships continue to develop. So while we could look back at the last 14 years and feel really great about a lot of the things that have happened that we've been able to be a part of, we're also really excited about looking at the next number of years ahead and what's yet to come.